Live stream. We're almost ready to roll in another show. What is this? Number 49.
Right, folks. It's 4 o'clock. Friday, December 23rd. It's almost Christmas. I hope you've been good. As Phil's watching, so is Santa. Oh, we got a lot of guests tonight, folks. We got a ridiculous amount of guests. Let's get right to it.
I'm in the John, the Phil and John Zone. I'm in the John.
Hats off to Cody Decoff, the Chicago Farmer, for our theme song. Second unofficial theme song. Sing along. In the John. In the John.
Phil and John Zone, you get your fill. In the John. In the Phil and John Zone.
In the Phil and John Groan. That's right. That's our good friend Chicago Farmer, Cody Decoff, as you might know him. Who is always there for us when we need him. He's around. He sent back a heart-shaped emoji today when I told him we were doing our 139th show, and it was a special Christmas special. So he's
special.
You might be watching tonight. We might keep your P's and Q's for the Chicago Farmers in case he pops in. You never know. But we got lots of guests tonight. Lots of guests. Probably too many guests. 2 of which are already in the waiting room. Our friend Ben Davis Jr. and our friend Ryan McMahon. A recent innovator, creator of a site called the Shithouse Band, which we're going to get back to a little bit more later. But show number 139, Friday, 4 o'clock p.m. It's time for the Phil and John Zone. How you doing, Phil?
I'm doing fine, John. Happy Friday to everybody out there in the zone. Everybody keeping their hats on and keeping warm out there in the windland of Windy City.
They don't call it the Windy City for no reason today. It's cold there.
Doing absolutely fine. Beautiful. Lighting some candles, staying indoors, baking cookies, eating, and having a cocktail and hanging out with my buddy and some friends.
Kind of the windy zone, the windy zone tonight, we're going to call it. Now, we're running on a Wi-Fi hotspot from my phone to my computer, which is then sharing everything. So if quality is as quality does tonight, let us know how it goes. It looks like it's moving to me. People are watching, so welcome back to the zone. 139 weeks. We haven't quite beat the Howard Stern show yet, but we're working on it. But yeah, so what happened this week, man? Cold weather. We're going to snow here. White Christmas. We might have a white Christmas. Actually, it looks like it's going to be a very cold white Christmas, but just enough snow to make it look nice.
We get about 2 to 3 inches here. Expected a lot more. Too much information on the weather, which I enjoy listening to weather. I was expecting start off 8 to 12, then whatever. We got 2 to 3 piddly, and it's so windy here. They call it the snowstorm without shoveling your driveways because it's just blowing.
Yeah, it was frozen when it started, so it just kind of blew around and fuzzed out.
And here in Aurora, in the Chicagoland weather, we are always the lowest temperature in about a 50-mile radius of
because you guys are out far away from the city where you're on the plains, or you're getting plains winds.
We're in a valley, is what they call it. That's why we get nailed. I don't know. Then low is Aurora. The low is Aurora. My folks will call it like that. It's like, oh, you're super cold out there. You know, maybe 15, 12 degrees difference from 10 miles down the road. It's really weird. So anyway, I'm keeping warm and enjoying it. Is my dog and cat are checking me out behind the computer.
It's kind of a Christmas special. Since we already had a Christmas special, then we had a Christmas special event where we were live and some live music, which we didn't share much of the live music with you. It was just too fun of a night. We couldn't get to the phones.
So
But
this is an extra special Christmas
it's an extra special Christmas. Yeah, yes,
Say
extra
that
special
5 times
Christmas
fast.
special.
Extra special Christmas special.
Yep. And you have to tune in tonight. It's live tonight. We're gonna have, like I said, multiple musicians coming in at some point in time.
And there
Um,
goes Pineapple, the tree eating cat. We have like, I'd say 8 to 10 trees around line. I like, about 3 feet high, and she likes eating them.
I've heard of kite eating trees.
They're not live. I wish they were, but one big one. But yeah, he likes eating it. More of a dental floss, I do believe. I hope.
I have a plant in here like that the cats eat a lot. Actually, Amy took it away from me here because the cats
I
were
think
using it to brush their teeth.
Chester, go lay there. Go over there. I think like dog, they eat certain plants in the garden and stuff, and then they throw up. It's been cleaning their. You guys throw up? What'd you have? You're good. Right down there looking at me like, Dad, man, what's going on? And then about the front door, he wanted to go for a walk. He did, and then he decided to turn around.
Sorry, I was talking to Rob Andrew. Like they're getting ready to put out a little small CD this pretty soon. I'm helping them with the artwork for that.
No.
So we got some shitheads doing in tonight. The shitheads, the crowd from the called the Todd Snyder followers. We are the shitheads, and we all hang out in the smoke pit with the burnouts, and that's okay. We're here where we are now. We're living a pretty good life, and so a lot of the guests we're gonna get tonight after we do records, after we talk for a few more minutes, and probably around 4:20, we'll start bringing people in. We're just gonna see what happens this evening on the. I sold out. Is that what you said?
I said, slow down. You're going through the time schedule like a narrative, a directory, real fast.
This is why we're here, folks. We do the show. It's not for your guys' sake. It's for Phil and I's sake, so we can both get a little friend therapy, and no one.
It bothers me. I'm sorry.
No, I watched the part of that video of the interview about me talking about the Phil and John Zone, and talking about the party, and I talk really fast in it. I can hear all the words I'm saying, but I knew I said them. If you were just listening, it's just gonna go by like a freight train. So I have to slow down a little bit. I had a cookie that's supposed to help with that.
Wait a minute.
And I'm having my break. And I wanted to show you this piece of art right here. It says Scramble Campbell. He hasn't watched the show for a while, so we got to tag old Shea Berry in that.
Hey, wait a minute.
They just mentioned your name, friend.
Yeah, it's fungus among us tonight for this cat, so I'm gonna enjoy the.
Tag your friends, give it a share, make comments, ask a question, tell a joke, tell a story, share a smile. We're here tonight to bring you guys happiness, I think, hopefully, and we'll see what happens. I know I'm missing the whole step tonight, though. I'm really fighting with this organization thing today, and I'm missing a whole step, so I have to give it just a second before I can make the next
Stand up, do a somersault.
Do it. Lick 'em, slam 'em, suck 'em, salt, and lime, and tequila.
No tequila. Do a somersault. Go outside and do it though.
It always calms me down. Just talking about records with Phil. We'll show some of our records tonight. Maybe I got some new records since the last time I talked to you guys. Maybe Phil gave me those records.
Maybe he didn't.
We'll do 5 records, and then we'll start bringing our guests in, and we'll call it a night. Me and you will just kick back and relax while they sing us songs. All right?
Okay.
Okay, I'll start tonight because I got this really hot number that I picked up from that was a garage sale. It was $5.87, and it's a Louisiana Woman, Mississippi Man, Conway Twitty, and Loretta Lynn. Really catchy song. And music, it is true what it says. Music is your best entertainment. Music is all around important. This is great. They're on the back. Well, it looks to be a headstone, kind of a weird shape to choose for this part. It kind of looks like a headstone, but
yeah.
They're out there enjoying their walk through the
morbid. How do you
graveyard. Yeah, it's kind of morbid, I know. But on the front, their hair turns into clouds. It's pretty fantastic. Early special effects, pre-Photoshop, I bet. I might have to listen to the whole record because I know the song. Anyway, that's my first record. Conway Twitty and Loretta.
Okay, we're gonna go with
Loretta Lynn.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. just a little holiday, and that's
But do you recall the most famous reindeer of them all?
Rudolph.
Okay, you know it's a good thing you bring up Christmas because Christmas is a lot of work. When you're a little kid, you just think Christmas is fun. It's just gonna happen. Doesn't matter, and it's just gonna happen. But whenever you get older, you have to put your blood, sweat, and tears into Christmas. So I chose this one tonight.
Oh,
Child is the father of
what a
man.
fun. What a
So you can see little miniature versions of each person on their own laps. Very creepy.
that is creepy.
Very creepy, but wonderful. That was a lot of early Photoshop work. Although had to cut and paste, and probably this was probably a collage kind of situation. Wonderful, good job they did though. I mean, honestly, good job. Yeah. So that's kind of fun. I'm getting photos from Robbie Anderlick when we come back to that. Child is the father to the man. You know, Mississippi Queen. I know what you mean. That was
Mississippi Queen.
All right.
Elvis, Christmas album. Elvis did a lot of Christmas albums. Elvis did a lot of stuff.
I think a lot of stuff Elvis did got released without his knowing. Like that looks like an album they made without telling Elvis they were going to make the album.
Possibly. I have a few. The printing is not too bad. Yeah, I didn't realize how much. Well, that's Chris Elvis. How much different music? A lot of gospel. I knew that, but a lot of it in his early days. A lot of his rock and roll was not rock and roll.
Yeah,
Real
rock and roll.
Pre knowing him popular.
Blood, sweat, and tears is good to put into it, but you don't want to wake up in a cold sweat. This is a great album right here. Cold Sweat by James Brown and his Fabulous Flames. When his Famous Flames were still getting notoriety. And you flip it over and look at all these other records that are so good by James Brown. James Brown and other artists who might have been putting records out that he didn't know were getting put out. There were so many records that got put out. But of course it starts off here because he comes on stage and he falls on the ground and they throw the cape on his shoulders so he can get back up again. And he gets the cold sweat. They break out in a cold sweat.
Sweat.
That's what you wake up in a cold sweat whenever you forgot to buy Christmas presents and it's Christmas Eve.
Frosty the Snowman. It was and still am. And they had a cutout.
Is that Billy Strings?
Yeah, it looks like them.
Is that Billy Strings? That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a kid in there.
That's a little like Billy Strings, dude.
Yeah, you could cut out the snowman from the album and stuff. But I love the snowman. That is Billy Strings' dad, probably because his album is like 60 years old, or his grandpa. But I love building snowmen. I still build one every year. I used to build igloos and I'm a kid at heart. I mean, I love decorating. Anyway, I love snowmen. I love building snowmen and putting all sorts of crap on them. But it's not packing snow here in Illinois.
I think maybe that you now need to slow down. Okay, you need to take a time out. Maybe you should take 5 actually.
I got to see Dave Brubeck.
The Dave Brubeck Quartet. Dave Brubeck Quartet. Very good album. Very good album. Also with art on the front, which I like. Art on the front. Take time out. Take a deep breath.
Take 5.
Take 5.
Got to see him 2, 3, 4 times. I used to go to a lot of jazz stuff in Chicago. Used to do a lot of stuff. Chicago Jazz Festival and a lot of stuff. But Dave Brubeck, Buddy Rich. All right, we're gonna go with character I like drawing. Thank you, Charlie. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. From me to Snoopy to Chester to Pineapple to Laura. Merry Christmas, everybody. That's
Hey, Vince Guaraldi.
And those are the Beatles on the back with Snoopy, supposedly.
Yeah, I can kind of see a resemblance. I got one more record to show for you, but it's special. I picked it for you because I think it's one of your favorites, and it's one of the most sold records of all time, and one of the most thrift stored records of all time.
Ooh,
Stopper and the Tijuana Brass, whipped cream and ice. A taste of honey.
It is the top.
This record, though.
I mean, it's just, yeah.
It
I think
has. It also. It contains the track Peanuts, but I don't think it's the same kind of Peanuts. Now this album, if you go to almost any record store, thrift store that has records, garage sale that has records. I mean, I've got at least 3 or 4 copies of this just in my collection alone. These are just they're
yeah.
everywhere, and they're still available.
And there's still a great cover. That's why it's just
Simple text usage, real nice, real plain, sort of a sculptural piece there on the front. And
men love it, women love it. I love it.
and there's lights.
Yeah. And Herb Albert is a great band in the Tijuana Brass. Great stuff. My dad turned me on to it back in the day. Just a great band also.
And everything along the way, like when we were growing up, and it would be like even if it was a cartoon, and like there was a stripper in the cartoon, or say there was somebody who was assumed to be a stripper, or like that kind of a situation. It's all music from this album. It's the music from all those bits.
Just listen to that stuff. I mean,
It's a good record though. It's Herb Alpert, you know. So that's why that one's important. I thought you might enjoy that one. That was for Phil, for a Christmas gift, so to speak.
all right, this is from my my bud. I haven't opened up yet until the one. The Clash. Rare album from my buddy John. Thank you, John. Took Your Calling. Between everybody knows I'm a diehard Clash fan. I actually got to see him back in the day, and there's certain bands you see, and the Clash. But when I got to see him, it kind of changed my musical and how good they really were. So the Clash. Thank you, John. Can't wait to play it within the next week, I hope.
I don't think it's anywhere online. It might be on YouTube somewhere, but I haven't found it in the streaming services. It's one of a thing. So 5 records, folks. Go collect some records. Get some vinyl in your system. Don't eat them though, or you can buy ones that have been painted on. You can have ones that have been painted on. Phil has some of those in his collection. What he does.
I have a few.
They're trying to get me to work right now. I'm gonna have to tell those guys to take a step back because let me send a message real quick. I'm done doing the show, but I'll be back. I get it. Yeah.
How's your ceiling doing?
It's doing great. Actually, there's some news about that. Actually,
I got some news.
I do.
What's the news?
Well, I got back this time, and I made a query of how many I had up there because I was curious of how many I had of the records, and it just so happens that right now, with the Scramble Campbell record up there, and all the ones on the ceiling, which as you can see, there's some of them. I have exactly 42 records. So for me, that's a big deal. I got a tattoo on my arm, counted them. And I have 42 of Phil's records. And not sure what Phil does with his painting his records and stuff. You got to check it out, man. It's the coolest. It is the coolest.
Okay, that means you get no more. We're just gonna leave it at 42.
Well, I still have room for probably at least 42 more, if not about 50 more up on the ceiling. If I can get the whole ceiling covered, then I have to start coming down the walls, and the hats get taken down, the records go there. It could happen. It could totally happen. 417. The records went fast tonight. Did we forgot to talk about something? Like, we forgot to talk about what we're doing next week, or what we're doing on Sunday, or
No,
what?
you ate a cough drop and now you feel funny.
Oh, it was the cough drop. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I feel sorry for my dog. It's too cold for a dog to go out there and poop. I mean, it's windy in the son of a gun. I put the pad out for him, let him do his thing
It really is. And like my dog wants to go back outside. Every time the sun shines, he thinks he wants to go out there and play. And he comes back in, his little paws are hurting, and he's kind of doing this bouncing with his paws. It's not good.
I mean, I watch him in my backyard, Chester out. He wants to go out. Every time I open the back, he wants to go out. He goes out and looks at me and goes, uh-uh. He tried to poop and he stopped and looked at me with a sad, Dad, I can't do it. I don't blame you, boy. I mean, we had, I don't know, I 70-degree temperature swing in 24 hours, counting wind chill in one day. It's insane.
Yeah, you really be careful out there with your dogs, folks. You have to really push them to be safe and to not leave them outside too long. If they got to go outside, they got to go outside because they're dogs, but got to let them back in quick is the plan,
Oh, that hit kicked in. That feel good now. All right,
I'm getting a whole bunch of, whoa, me too, I'm feeling it. I think we should just it's almost 4:20, but I think we should even worry about that right now. We should start bringing in the guests. We'll bring in our friend Ryan McMahon first. Okay, Ryan, if you're out there, we're gonna bring you in. He just said, "What's up?" in the chat. That's the SHB.
What's up, Ryan?
He's gonna start us off. He's gonna guest host with us tonight because he knows all these guys better than we do, just a little bit, that are gonna come on the show throughout the night. I just in a different way, we'll call it, you know. So if you get a chance to share this out there, guys, and
Share
send this out
along.
to the world who's watching, you know, and check them out. If you're gonna tune in, you want the link, let me know. Come sing a song, astound us, mystify us, amaze us. We've had guests in the recent weeks that have blown our minds.
Mystify me.
So he's connecting to the audio. He's got the audio going, started up.
You get it going, Ryan, you shithead.
And then
That sounds funny saying
just a
shithead.
few minutes we'll let Ben into, and we'll have a. Oh, is it cold in Georgia too? You're on the porch.
Nah, I'm not out on the porch tonight, man. It is cold. It's probably in the 20s right now.
That's cold for Georgia.
It is very cold. It is very cold. This cold front that came through is quite a doozy.
Yeah, it's nationwide, man.
Yeah, man. I got the craziest story about
this morning.
In Florida, the iguanas are falling out of trees, and that is a true story.
Man, I would love to see that. Ever since I first ever heard about
Okay.
that story, man.
And on video, it's hilarious. Their tails fall off, but they don't die. They just
I want to be there for it. Just raining iguanas.
They're not kind of creative.
I had something crazy happen last night. About 4 o'clock in the morning, as this cold front was moving through, it was windy, like super windy. Like around 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm sound asleep and I wake up to I don't know what, you know. It wasn't so much that I heard it as much as I felt it. This big loud boom. And in my waking up delirium, you know, first thought that crossed my head was that the underground propane storage place about a mile up the road that something had blown up. So I get up and run outside, like looking for like flames in the sky or something like that. And no, it was the neighbor's trampoline had gotten picked up by the wind and done the Wizard of Oz thing and gone over the fence and hit the side of our house right up here by the bedroom, and then
Nice.
the fence, and ended up upside down on top of a crepe myrtle tree.
Yep. They call it a bomb cyclone. That wind is scary wind out
It's
here
crazy,
where I'm
man.
at right now. It sounds pretty just unbelievable. With all
Yeah,
these
it's still really windy out.
another 2 days here. So anyway, good to have you, Ryan.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man. How are you guys
Ryan,
doing?
we're doing good, man. You recently started a public group called the SHB. If you want to give us a little lowdown on what that is, and before we bring Ben in here in a little bit, and
Right on. It
if you-
is it's a little, I don't know, it's a hobby. It's a project that me and my fiance Ashley started. We had the idea from doing our open mics and stuff like that. Especially the last one. We had gosh, we must have had Jeff can tell you, but we had a lot of participants. And I do remember we had like 15 original songs in that, which was really awesome. I think you were there, John.
I saw it. I played this song before they started recording, and I played another one after they finished recording. I was there though, I promise.
Right. It's kind of like you beating Todd Snyder, like you just missed it.
It was perfect. That was really good. It was fun. The music that got played was very interesting, and I met a handful of musicians just on that show. Yeah, through you guys. So
we had the idea to kind of on that theme to just kind of get some of these folks heard. I guess that's
Right.
the overall goal of the SHB.
Information.
So we've got several people that are on there that are kind of well-known musicians. Ben Davis Jr. is going to be on here in a little bit. Aaron Lacombe put on a private show for the Shithouse Wire that was facilitated through the SHB idea and stuff. So we've got plans for the future too, including more open mics that are currently private within the Shithouse Wire. I know there's a lot of your viewers that are members of that. We've got the next one of those coming up on New Year's Day. So Sunday, January 1st at about 8:30, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to do an open mic for the Shithouse Wire.
It'll be kind of a semi-private event, but if you want to be part of it, you let us know ahead of time. You can be part of it, and
Right.
And you shared a lot of the good music that was played that night too. You repurposed the video back out as the rerun, so to speak, and you got to see a lot of that music that was performed that night.
Right. And one thing that we're going to do going forward is take excerpts from those open mics, and with permission of the performer,
I saw a ghost walk by.
share those publicly on the SHB page. So let's say Jake Nobby, who I think you've also got coming on a little bit.
I think it was the ghost of the Christmas Deep South.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
We're going to include clips from the open mic publicly shared on the SHB to kind of get some people out there, especially these original songs that people are writing. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Sounds awesome, Ryan. Sounds really good. You going through your new microphone tonight? You like it so far? Sounds good on this end.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it sounds good. I picked this up yesterday, just a cheap little USB microphone. For anybody that does want to perform, I think it's a good idea because these laptop microphones are only so good. And,
Yeah.
For anybody that does want to perform, message the SHB and we'll see what we can do for you.
It's in a pinned comment below, folks, in the comment section. You can get right to their page right now. Follow, like, do all that, jump on there really quick with us and be part of it. And he's right. What he's saying is these musicians that are getting to see some of the stuff we're experiencing is pretty dang good. And they're only putting their stuff in one place.
Songwriters there. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot.
Van Gogh's ear, so to speak. You're looking at. You never know what you might be looking at. So, but or checking out and experiencing. And we got the Phil and John Zone has a little bit of that effect on the world too. Some people that get to come up through us and get to be. We're always public and we're always like live. Let's just show everybody in the world. But some people are kind of put. Steve Pulse didn't want to do an interview because he doesn't like that sort of situation, and Todd Snyder doesn't like the same situation, so he didn't want to do the interview. But if they watch the show, and maybe tonight we all encourage Steve to watch the show out there. Steve Pulse, if you're watching, we hope you're out there and doing good tonight. They can get an idea of what we're doing. They might think it's like a meeting with the company people. This is, and it's not a trap. It's just for fun.
Hope your mustache is doing well.
Yeah, we started it off more as a mental health, like instead of going to a clinic, and I'll turn it into the Phil and John Zone show with a bunch of not shitheads, but a bunch of knuckleheads, and this is where we are. So
yeah,
zoners,
knuckleheads and shitheads have a lot in common, I imagine.
Yeah, they do. We do.
Oh, don't start with that. The Bulldogs are not going to win the national championship. I don't care if you don't like sports.
Yeah.
You never know. It could happen.
I know. I'm just
This
joking.
might be the year we make district.
I'm in Georgia, but I
know.
But that would be cool, I guess.
He's picking
That'd be cool
fights.
for the state.
Ryan, do you want to play something for us tonight? Or how do you feel? Or do you just want to wait and we'll get Ben in here in a minute? We can bring Ben in and see how that reaction goes.
Yeah, go ahead and bring somebody else in. I've got my guitar here. It's out of tune as hell because it's
all right. Well, let's bring Ben in. You can talk Ben. We'll talk about Ben real quick while he's coming in. You go ahead and say something you know about Ben, and we'll let him see if it's right.
He's a good friend of mine. He's an awesome dude. One of the best guys you'll ever meet. He'd take that red flannel shirt off his back for you if you needed it. He's just an overall great guy. But better than all right. Todd Snyder actually opened for him one time. I was there.
Open for Ben Davis. That's cool.
I was there. I saw it happen with my own two eyes. But yeah, Ben is a good friend of mine. I really dig his music. He's going to be active on the Shithouse Band page, the SHB. He's going to be our special guest for the open mic for the Shitheads on January 1st.
Spoiler alert. All right.
Tune into that to check out some songs from Ben Davis. I know for a fact he's got some new stuff. I don't know if he's ready to share it with us, but y'all.
That was Brian McMahon introducing Ben Davis Jr.
Hey Ben, happy Friday.
Ben Davis Jr. fact checking all that for us.
I hope I didn't say too much.
That's cool. Thank you, Ryan.
I love how the hat.
You didn't know.
The hat color is pretty dope, and it matches the painting behind him almost. That brown. It's pretty.
Yeah, Ben Davis is just a dope
Yeah,
kind
there
of
you
guy.
go. Right there. That's a luchador painting by David Childers from Mount Holly, North Carolina. He's a great songwriter, but an awesome painter as well.
Well,
Those luchador paintings. I love it. I love it.
that
Yeah,
was done by Jack Black.
he's
Nacho Libre.
awesome,
Funny,
man.
funny. Good to have
Don't
you,
mind
Ben.
Phil. I've been with Phil for last time you were on the show. Ben was December 17th of last year, so it was almost a little over a year ago when you were on first on our show. I just happened to look back and see in our messages whenever we did that last time, and that was cool. Do you remember that, Phil? Do you remember what we asked him that night?
Do I remember asking him? No, but I remember having him on the show. What did we ask?
I just was checking to see how your memory worked, and I couldn't tell you, to be honest. It was a year ago. But how have you been, Ben? How have you been, buddy?
I've been fantastic, man. I've been just playing a lot of music, writing a lot of music, and getting to do a lot of cool stuff this year. It's been a lot of fun.
Now you're calling. Where are you calling in from?
Jackson, Ohio. It's Southern Ohio, as we call it.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm down southeastern part of the state. I'm almost in West Virginia. It's a pretty small town.
Cool.
But this past summer, we did this thing called Homegrown Happy Hour where I got to pick 4 songwriters to come in and we broadcast them on the radio live from the local smokehouse, you know, where you go and get some barbecue. And I got to host that. That was really fun. And, you know, I'm really blessed. Just a little small town like this, man, we got to do something cool for the arts like that. It's
Right
awesome.
on.
Did you get snow today?
Man,
What'd
you
you
can
say?
smell the bar.
Did you get snow today?
Do you have
I'm
any
not
bad
snow.
weather?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like -1 degrees right now, and it's pretty icy out there. We didn't get a lot of snow, but we got a solid sheet of ice.
See them, but I can't see them move. They're
yeah,
slowly
same.
starting to come back. I got unstable weather. We just start talking about the weather, and it's like I can show you something else about the weather.
Well, even my computer's freezing up, bud.
Yeah.
Thaw
It's
it out.
cold.
It's too cold out. Get the hairdryer out, warm this son of a gun up.
Yeah, everything is having a hard time across the whole Midwest. You know,
Yeah.
we got even down there in Georgia, it's cold.
It's raining
Inclement
trampoline.
weather. It's a mess. Yeah, literally rain and trampolines. So we'll stick it with it as long as we can. Like I said, this is the experiment with the cold weather and the internet and that kind of stuff. But people are chiming in and saying hello to everybody.
Well,
Phil's back. Phil,
Well,
we've got
watching
that
it in the kitchen. We have multiple screens watching it.
1,000-mile Ethernet cable I mailed to you. You know, we've got that plugged in on my end. Is it plugged in on your end? It should be fixing things.
I forgot to plug it in. Yeah. I forgot to
Oh,
plug
that's
it
the problem, dude.
Yeah, that's the problem, John. Get your shit together.
All you have
in.
to
It
do
is me. Even Blackman says it's my connection is so. It's a long story, Blackman. It's going through my phone to the thing. Yeah, something's struggling.
So is Jeffrey hassling you now too from California?
If they're coming through, they're going through my internet. So it's just
From
it's gonna be
California to
all of them.
Ohio to yeah. Jeffrey knows how to write. Yeah, I turn on the computer, it works. It's good for me. But we need technology.
So we're gonna go ahead and Ben, you got any music you want to perform for try to see what we can get through here tonight before everything
Yeah,
just
man.
Ben
Yeah,
is a musician.
check this out. You knew about this?
No.
Hell yeah.
A guitar built by another shithead, Matt Polimus, man, from Matthews Guitars. It's he built this for me, and it's got a nice little emblem etched in there from my last record. It's pretty sweet, man. And it
We're
sounds
gonna have
beautiful.
a interview with Matt Polimas on the SHB coming up pretty soon before the new year. So that's another reason to get on there and subscribe to that so you could catch that when we do it.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I'll do this. I wrote this song with a third shithead. So I wrote this song on this guitar that was made by a shithead, and I asked this other shithead to help me write this song. And it's called Winding Binding Road. hiding away from the man I've become. Can't take the feel, I keep myself numb. Yeah, I can't take the feel, I keep myself numb. I got nothing to do right this minute, so I'll find me a bar room, nobody in it. Sit there in silence and stare at the wall till I don't give a damn about nothing at all. No, I don't give a damn about nothing at all. One of these days I am walking away from everything I know. Without a doubt, we can sort it out on this winding, binding road. Like a thorn on a rose, this life that I chose. Blood on the floor and dirt on my clothes. Hoping it won't ever happen again, but I know that it will, this fool that I am. Yeah, I know that it will, this fool that I am. And some call it luck, some call it sinning, but if I'm losing you, baby, I ain't winning. Cuts like a tongue, out of control, carving its mark down into my soul. Yeah, you're carving your mark down into my soul. One of these days I am walking away from everything I know. Without a doubt, we can sort it out on this winding, binding road.
Wonderful. You sound
Awesome,
great.
man.
Everybody says my connection is what's struggling, but so I'll do my best. But that sounded really good, man. That sounded awesome.
Thanks,
Sounded
dude.
great.
I appreciate that.
Fantastic.
You said that was your song, right?
Yeah, me and Michael Paris wrote that. Another shithead. I think. Have you had him on here before?
Michael's been on once, yeah.
Yeah.
We have had Michael on the show. He did a really good show. He's got a lot of really good heart-written songs, really nice stuff that Michael performed for us.
Yeah, I was writing
like
that
him a
song,
lot.
man, and I had the guitar part first, and then I wrote half of it, you know, the verse and the chorus. And I didn't know what the song was even about yet. So I sent a message to Michael. I said, "Hey, bud, you got a few minutes to look at this song and see if you got anything?" And he wrote the second verse, and he made it about something, which is pretty cool, you know, tethered it to reality. And that's the first co-write that I've done in my whole career, and I'm so glad that I did it with him, man. He's pretty cool.
Let me get this right, Ben. We know each other because of the shithouse stuff and because of Todd stuff and the stuff we were all
Let's
sharing
let
and getting
Ben-
together. Here we are all. Here, go ahead, Phil.
Ben's
What were you
ready
gonna
to
say
pick
about
another song. He's warmed up.
Oh, sure, yeah.
it? Phil loves music, that's for sure. I know
Well,
he does.
So this other one, this is gonna be my next single. I wrote this. You know how sometimes you'll be dreaming, and life is pretty all right. You know, in your dream, you're with the love of your life, or you are at your favorite roller coaster, getting ready to get on there, and then you wake up. You know, and then you're like, oh, I gotta go to work. I don't have a pony. Well, this particular time, I woke up at like 4 in the morning, kind of from a fever dream where I was flying an airplane. And it was an airplane that I had seen in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, when I went to the Wright Brothers Museum. And I remember flying that thing and being real proud of being a pilot and all that. And I woke up and I was in Mount Storm, West Virginia, on this little nasty hotel room. It was just, I don't know. I wrote this song about that feeling when you wake up from a dream and things are just not as good. And you want to go back to there. flying in a single prop airplane. Red and white, quite a sight, that's the best I can explain. I soared across the summer sky, I watched the kids all wave. Whenever I was flying in a single prop airplane. Later I was lying in that night sky with you. We watched the stars float on by, all the satellites did too. You lay your head upon my chest, they send me to the moon. Whenever I was lying in that night sky with you. Walked across the sacred ground as the sun was going down. I reached out, I gently took your hand. Your eyes looked like the starry sky as I went on to tell you I'm lucky, darling, just to be your man. Your man. Oh man, I woke up this morning on a dirty hotel floor. I realized I've been dreaming and you ain't here no more. I throw my clothes into my pack, I tally up that score. 'Cause I woke up this morning on a dirty hotel floor.
You know, every now and then you have those dreams where it's so good or it's so bad, and you wake up and it's better. But that's kind of the opposite, yeah. Where you have
Yeah.
the dream was like, this is awesome, and you wake up and you're like, damn it.
That's such a good song, man.
Right on, Ben.
That is good, man. That's very good. Yeah.
Now every time I think of West Virginia, I'm going to think of that little dirty dive motel that Ben didn't want to be in.
It was a rough one.
I've been in those kind of situations before. But it's a room for the night. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know,
Yeah,
put
just
the
a place
put the
to
couch
lay
up
your
against the
head.
door.
Somewhere to run some water over your body, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. So Ben, you got new albums coming out. You probably just said that already a minute ago, or you got new record that you're putting this stuff on, or you
So
got
what's
going
going to
on?
happen is my plan is to put out a new single every month next year. And then at the end of the year, release a live record as well. So that's my goal. Hopefully, maybe next year about this date, you know, we'll do this again and I'll have a live record to tell you about. That's the goal.
That's an awesome plan, man.
Have you guys played together before?
Who?
You two.
Yeah.
Can you do a live together during the show?
I don't think
No,
they can.
That's
There's
really
a
hard to
delay.
do over Zoom.
it's impossible because his internet is not compatible with mine.
Okay, that's
My,
so much. Okay.
my internet is Mossy Oak and his internet's Realtree.
Yeah, we need a real long HDMI cable to get between the.
Phil is he's an innovator and an encourager, we'll call it, instigator. Instigator is the word I'm going for.
And
You want to run an underground Ethernet cable between Milner, Georgia, and Jackson, Ohio?
It wouldn't be a big deal.
well, if I found a groundhog that wanted to do it, could do it.
Start looking at
Or gopher.
Yeah.
That's no groundhog. That's my wife.
Hey, mole. Funny. Anyway, that's fun. So it's almost Christmas time. Phil, what's your next question? Do you have a question tonight about Christmas?
Um, it's a spirit of a season, and everybody should just enjoy the magic, whether you believe there's something about it, the season. Enjoy it. Um, reflect. And then we got the new year coming up. It's just a combination. Everybody dream big and don't dwell on anything in the past, and just it's a dream of the new season when Santa comes and just say that, and he gets and lands in your chimney, then he takes off. It's a new start to a new year.
Okay, all right, all right. I agree. I agree. It wasn't really what I was
Some
going
did.
for, but yeah. Anyway, anyway. So coming up before we know it, we're talking a little bit about the Shit House Band. We got our good buddy Ben Davis Jr. here. The show has gone off the rails tonight. It's probably that cookie we ate before the show, or that I ate anyway. Um, but we're here anyway. We're here anyway, so we're gonna do our best. Um, I don't have a whole ask. I'm sure I asked Ben that question. Like I always ask everybody when they come on the show about their first favorite song when they were little. Did I ask you that? Like you remember being your first favorite song was? Did we talk about that? We talked about
I
that.
don't
See how
know
it's
if we talked about it or not, but my parents told me, my dad told me his achy breaky heart. Or it was either that or the Tractors, Baby Likes to Rock It Like a Boogie Woogie Choo Choo Train. One of those two was my first favorite song.
I like it. I like it.
Those
See,
are both
honesty
still
in the
pretty
zone,
solid
folks. Yeah. Or
songs.
Billy Ray. He's a hoot. I just saw him on the Dolly Parton Christmas special this year, and hadn't seen him for quite a long time. You might want to stick with the mullet. And I don't tell many people with a mullet that they should just stick with the mullet. But
Yeah,
anyway,
it's coming back, man.
the mullet. Well, the mullet is back. It might already be over.
But I think it's over, but some people are holding on to it, man.
Going strong in Central Georgia, man.
It's one of those things that draws out a certain crowd that was already there. They just weren't out in the open, and somebody
Down
starts
there
cutting their hair into mullets.
Billy's territory,
I
right?
just noticed that. I feel
I
way
got neighbors with a
placed.
mullet down to the middle of his back.
Is his name Rusty?
Nope, Junior.
Oh, okay.
Junior, that's the other option. No offense to juniors out there. We got Junior on the team.
As far as I know, and I think as far as he knows, that is his name.
Yeah, Junior. That's a good first name for some boy with a mullet down his back, or a rat tail. If he had a
We
rat,
started calling him Junior
Right.
so early in his life that they just plumb forgot what his actual name was.
I know an old man named Junior that I think that's what happened, man. He just goes by Junior. No one even knows his last name.
It's just Junior.
Yeah, that's just Junior. Don't worry about him.
It happens. It happens a lot more these days. You'd be surprised.
Oh, big time.
Cheers, man.
Oh, that's awesome. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, cheers joining us in the zone tonight. Week 139. We've been doing this for too dang long. Like I said, it's been over a year since Ben had been on the show before, but we're glad to have him back. If you don't drink, you don't lift a drink. You don't have to drink. It's not one of those.
You don't have to do
I
whatever
got
you want.
nothing handy.
No pressure.
Something we have to do for the show. It's in our contract. We're supposed to. We'll get fired. We'll get sponsored by our.
What contract?
You're sponsored by Ice Cubes. I'm sponsored by Shoe Fest. Yeah. Anyway,
I got the Woods, sponsored by the Woods.
By
like
the
it.
woods.
so I did see-
You're in Georgia and Ohio. We were talking about cookies and stuff. Is it legal in either of those states?
No comment.
it'd be a no for Georgia.
Cannabis.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
Georgia's a no.
Cannabis is legal here if you have a medical,
Okay.
Okay.
but you can't smoke it. You have to eat it or vaporize it.
Yeah. So you're both not legal. I just yeah. It's
It'll
pretty
be
crazy here.
interesting. It'll be interesting at the end of all this when we look at back all the states' individual requirements for things.
Yeah.
Some states you just throw a seed out in your yard, you're fine. Other states you have to eat it in a cookie.
Yeah.
It's-
Here in Illinois, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Which is pretty scary. And I thought, wow, cool. And then I'm like, wow.
I
it's
hear
kinda
in
nuts.
West Virginia you can smoke a joint on Sundays no bigger around than your pinky and no longer than your forearm. On Sunday.
that sounds like a West Virginia law.
Oh no, that's actually you can beat your wife with a stick. That's the real life.
Oh,
Yeah.
he does live close to West Virginia. I'm guessing this is across the river.
You think that you would be allowed to smoke a joint, but no, you're allowed to beat your wife as long as it's no bigger around than your pinky and no longer than your forearm. That's
Oh,
fine. But you better not have any marijuana.
Yeah, there's still a lot of states that aren't figuring it out yet, and they haven't figured it out. We're still working in Illinois trying to figure that out, and then some states at least have medical. That's one step in the right direction, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just a slow
It's a weird
process.
world. In our city council, they're worried about skateboarders still, so it's funny how it works out.
Yeah.
Great, 75% of my house out there.
every county, every state's different.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. It started here as decriminalization, where
Okay.
they just started being like, well, yeah, we're going to tell you that you're not allowed to do that and give you a ticket, but there's no actual fee for it.
All right.
And it just goes on your record that we caught you with a little bit of pot.
Well,
Yeah.
Ben,
That's how
you're
it is in certain cities around here, like in Atlanta. It's the
yeah, Ben, you're close to West Virginia, Ohio, you're southern. Gun
Yeah.
laws. We're trying to have gun laws, or states of Texas. Yeah, right. You know, there ain't going to be no gun laws.
What are you talking
Because-
about on the show tonight? Was this the news portion of the show?
Yeah, pretty much.
what the
About
hell?
laws of different states, how are right and wrong. Let's forget
How
about
did
it.
I get here?
Yeah, I'm getting the news from my provider telling me my Wi-Fi isn't working.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works though. But so
I'll have the hand up. We said the wrong thing, some politically. You can't say that.
we just try to avoid certain subjects. That one wasn't bad.
Well, I want to say a lot of it, and then if I want to, I will until they stop me. But I know better.
Do
Not
you?
really.
Do you? All right. Yeah, exactly. If you're just tuning in, folks, we're talking with Ben Davis and Ryan McMahon here. We have no direction. Santa Claus has taken our imagination, our direction away for some reason right now. Focused on the kids and their stockings and stuff.
Yeah, I
Not
noticed. I noticed this, John. When we started this show, I had just say 200 Facebook friends. Now I have 49.
You have 49. Is that what you said?
I started with 200. Now I have 49. So I'm actually the thing of the show was trying to eliminate my Facebook friends. I don't have to talk to anybody. So
Think about it. After they watch the show, they just go home and they just unfriend
who
us.
was my buddy? Not
Enough of
anymore.
that guy.
No.
Yeah, but that's funny. So anyway, what was I gonna say? I saw Ryan had a guitar on his lap a second ago, like he was intending to wanting to play it for a minute there. I must want to throw the ball to him for a second and see what he's got in him. How you feeling about that?
Yeah, I can pick it up again. I was actually
Oh,
trying to look at YouTube here. I saw some videos of, I don't know if it was videos or what, but it's Ben Davis from several years ago playing some Christmas music.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's real life, man. We did 3 Christmas songs, I think, one year just for fun, and they turned out okay.
Yeah. Oh, where's
you
my-
said we. Is that the Ben Davis Jr. Band?
It
was
was
you guys
Ben Davis Jr. and the Dirt Poor Troubadours. That was my
the
first
Poor
band.
Troubadours?
Yeah, that was about a decade ago.
Nice.
Third Boy Troubadours.
Yeah,
Dirt Poor
Uh,
Troubadours.
the first time
Poor
somebody
Troubadours.
called me a troubadour, I took it seriously because that's all you want when you're a songwriter is to be called a troubadour. And I was called one by this guy, and I called my dad and I said, Dad, Todd Snyder's the barefoot troubadour. Steve Earle's the hardcore troubadour. Someone called me a troubadour. What am I? He said, Dirt Poor Troubadour. And it just stuck. So I started using that as like a tagline when I would book my shows. And then when I got a band, it became Ben Davis Jr. and the Dirt Poor Troubadours.
Very nice. Very
Danny
nice.
Barnes has been known as a troubadour also. Danny Barnes.
There you go.
Well, Troubadour friends, we're gonna here in a minute and see he's getting warmed up. I think right there. We're gonna give a stage over
Are
to
you?
Ryan for a minute. Let's do it into a
Mute
song.
me and I'll be quiet.
Well, he's muted right now. He's just getting his sound right. I think.
Well,
I'm
Ryan
muting Phil.
introduced me. I'll tell you, Ryan is the nephew of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And that's all I know about him, really. All right, Ryan.
It's completely false. But Ben Davis Jr. is the kind of guy that can tell you a story and make it sound completely believable. At least that's what I've heard, allegedly. Anyway, I'm gonna play a song that I know you guys know. a lot of all my friends know it because it's the one I started playing first, and I played the hell out of it to anybody that would listen to me. So I'm gonna play a train song, Todd Snyder. Smoking on that Cadillac, engine winding down. Parking up on the sidewalk like he owned the whole damn town. See him talking to some chick through the thick ghost of smoke. Through the thicker haze of southern comfort and cold. Hotter than the hinges hanging on the gates of hell. Be afraid, oh shit. Hotter than the hinges hanging on the gates of hell. Be afraid to turn to me, babe, if he don't treat you well. By he, and then me. So I laughed and I shook his hand. And he laughed a little bit louder as he would yell up at the band. Play a train song for one last round. Make them leave his boots on and debate him in the ground. I'm a runaway locomotive out of my one-track mind. Always looking for any kind of trouble I can find. In the television desert lights we look around. Alright, I'm messing it all up. Give me a second. Got a soul black leather jacket and a pack of reds and a stash hid in my pocket. These thoughts in my head, right to run until I gotta walk until I've got to crawl. Got this moment that I'm in right now and nothing else at all. Play a train song for me one more round. Make me leave my boots on when they lay me in the ground. I'm a runaway locomotive out of my one-track mind. Always looking for any kind of trouble I can find. In the television blizzard nights, we looked around his place. I found him cold there on the sofa, little smile across his face. Though I tried in all of my sadness, somehow I could not be. Oh, man who looked to me like he died laughing in his sleep, singing a train song for one last round. Made him leave his boots on and he laid him in the ground. Was a runaway locomotive out of his one-track mind. Was a runaway locomotive out of his one-track mind. Always looking for any kind of trouble he could find.
Hey, what's happening out there, folks? How we doing? Come on back right with our friend Ryan McMahon here. Week 139 of the N Jon Zone. I also sit with our friend Ben Davis Jr. here, and our buddy Phil, if he's around somewhere. And I think Paul Frey just kind of popped into the waiting room too.
Oh, Paul, that's
So
awesome.
we're gonna just keep this going. We're gonna build this from the ground up.
We do this for breakfast, man.
Yeah, man. I've already done this.
That's right. So if my internet starts cutting out, then I'm just keep watching. There's gonna be a lot of good, interesting things happening tonight. Paul's
Hey,
getting himself
John,
connected here. He's figuring out how to connect.
if I could interject.
Phil is back. He had to probably go to the bathroom. But he's got like TV set in his bathroom. He's got one on the back porch. He's got a TV set in his car. He's one of those guys. Got a TV set in every room of his house, so we can watch the Phil and John Zone every week. But great job on Train Song there, Ryan. Good to hear that. It's always a good one to hear. We love
Thanks,
that one.
man.
Hold on, let me get Phil back in here. Phil, you gonna talk? Phil, are you back? You gotta push the button. There you go.
Listening to you guys in the other room, in the kitchen.
So I told you he's got it going in like multiple rooms of his house. It's all part
Except
of the
outside today. It is absolutely nasty. You can barely see the street light. It is the snow is horizontal right now. It's brutal outside. Brutal. I mean, brutal.
And Phil's outside of Chicago, just east of Chicago, just west
Yeah,
of
minus
Chicago.
27 tonight,
Yeah.
going down to 44 below. I grew up in Chicago. I can deal with it, but it's kind of historical. Pretty cool. Wish we had more snow. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
Oh,
Hey, how are you?
I'm high
He's
as a kite in
Phil.
Chicagoland.
And I'm John. This is our new friend Paul coming in tonight. Another shithead from the wire.
Live stream.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
good
Paul's
connection,
really
and we are
good.
live. We're live on the internet, just so you know. Let's just pass that on.
Okay.
Paul's
Live
Appreciate
on
that.
it. We discussed that. These guys have done it before. But as you were logging in, I was like, I wonder if he knows he's going to be live. So you always hope that. I guess it should be trying at least. But welcome to Phil and John Zone. Co-host tonight, Ben Davis Jr. and Ryan McMahon. Full crew. And my buddy Phil there. That's Phil in the very warm-looking sweater he's wearing over there. And I'm John. So welcome to the show, buddy. How are you tonight?
Thank you. I'm great. Great.
Where you coming
Full
from,
of the,
Paul?
What's that?
What location you coming from?
We're in I'm near Akron, Ohio.
Okay, Ohio-ish. Okay,
Yeah.
good to have you. Hello.
This is this is Jen Ann.
I'm Jen Ann.
Hello,
Yeah.
Jan. Happy Friday. Happy holidays.
Yes, indeed.
He
So
accepts
far,
me
any
as
friend
my-
of any friend of
This is
Paul?
why-
Friend of ours.
He's okay so far.
So this is good. It's going off the rails a little bit tonight. It's what we're working with
All right,
here.
I'm gonna let the host talk so we're not interrupted, John.
Go ahead, Phil. He gets up to go in the other room.
I'll go in the other room and listen.
Well, welcome to the zone. This is week 139. I don't know if we met before in the zone or in the van or not. If we were in that last open mic in the van.
Paul was in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Paul's been a pretty regular one in our open mic events and in the van.
Yeah. I participate in the open mics and been in the van a few times. Not as much as a lot of other folks, but
Yeah.
Well, you're a new
I-
player, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, I just started playing guitar in March. So, and here's for my Christmas gift, my bride, she got me a metronome.
That's all
Awesome.
right. That's good. No, that's good. I still don't know how to play with one of those. I've been told the idea though.
I'm gonna learn.
That's awesome, Paul. It's been great seeing Paul on these open mics and stuff, participating with us and putting everything he's got into learning these songs, man. It's great. It's fantastic.
Well, I appreciate it.
You
Thank
say
you.
you're a newer player. How long have you been playing for?
Since March.
Since March. All right. Now, but you've
Yeah.
always loved music. You've always had a love for music. If you wouldn't.
Oh yeah.
pick it
Yeah,
up and
I
try to do
have.
it.
It just life. You know how that goes.
Now, before March, did you have any musical background as far as?
Oh, well, in high school, I used to play trombone.
Okay.
I hope that's good enough to get me into heaven. Because
That's,
Let me check. Hold on. Trump.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
but yeah, so I could read music, bass clef. I don't know anything about treble clef. So I've reverted just to lyrics and chords. But I feel so supported by the Shithouse band and by my nephew Michael, has been
I
giving
wish
me
we could
like
get him to
lessons
play.
and
I wish we could get him to play. You guys would love him.
yeah, that's true.
But you won't
He's
play. Oh, wait a minute.
so
Hold on a
good.
second. You're not going to play?
I'll play, sure.
Well, I'm
What are
just
you gonna
saying. This is she said she wished she could get us to play. I want to hear her.
No, I wish I could get well, Paul too, but my nephew, and sorry for being off camera.
Oh, you're fine.
My nephew
that's a bunch of
has been
bullshit.
playing for a long time. He's 35 maybe,
Just turned 35.
just turned 35. And we've invited him to a couple different things that the Shithouse band has done, but he's kind of a nervous Nelly, you know, and
It's all right.
Well,
I
yeah,
think
he's got a little social anxiety.
He does,
and
for
that's-
sure.
That's okay.
yeah, definitely social anxiety.
Is that what happens to you, Phil, whenever I ask you questions and you freeze it up?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
You're supposed to freeze up. That was the.
Yeah. Oh, it's supposed to-
So we're hoping, you know, that he will stop by our place on Christmas or Christmas Eve, you know, and we can, you know, get him to kind of be chill enough to play. Like, he's really chill anyway. It's just that I think he does have some social
That's a good word,
anxiety.
chill. Paul, you want to play something for us, buddy?
Yeah, I'll play for you. Here's a song I wrote.
You can do it?
Yeah.
All right, man.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is right, round our virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shipheads quake at the sight.
Sorry.
That's okay. Go. Glory stream from heaven above. Heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love pure light, ray of beam from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth.
I think we lost everyone.
Probably.
I think everyone went away.
No, Phil always goes away. You know,
Oh, that was
that's not a judgment on
fantastic.
Phil. He just always gets up and goes away. That
That
was
really
awesome. That was
good.
Christmas right there.
Thank you.
Man.
You know, anybody who can pick up an instrument in March and play a Christmas song by Christmas time, they got my back the whole way, all the way
Thank you.
all the way through. Yeah, thank you
Merry
very
Christmas,
much.
Paul.
Hell, I don't know that song.
Ask my favorite one to come hang.
It's C, G, and F. That's it.
I love that, Paul.
Most of them are. Most songs are. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just learned my proper C chord. I've been cheating doing on the third fret G C D. You know, I think it's probably like C7, but finally actually learned the C chord. But anyway,
It was great.
there we go. Thank you.
Absolutely, that's one of my
Thanks
favorites.
for listening.
You did a fantastic job, Paul.
Thank you.
Hey, Ben.
How's it going, Jenny?
Hi here. Oh, I miss your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to see you guys again soon. It's been a long
I
time.
know. Not since October,
Yeah.
Right.
right? Because we were down
Yeah.
for our honeymoon.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm.
I just I haven't gone to a lot of Todd shows lately, and you know it's not looking
Yeah.
to be too busy next year, so we'll see what happens.
We'll come down again to your
Oh, yeah.
neck of the woods, as they
That's-
say.
Oh heck
Yeah,
yeah!
we'll
I'm gonna
get down
try.
there.
I'm trying to play because Aaron Lacombe told me to. Two new cities, or no, a new city every 2 weeks. Next-
Okay.
Not a new city, new place. Yeah,
That's
I'm
good
gonna do
advice.
that. I'm gonna dedicate.
Well,
my
I think
time
that's
to
good
it.
advice, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Aaron's a hell of a guy to be taking advice from, for sure.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Jen Ann, how are you?
I'm well. And you?
Perfectly fine. Cold, but I'm all right.
So glad to see your face. I'm just, you know.
We got another guest coming in too. You know, I mean, this is a whole shithouse thing that we're doing tonight, folks. It's all.
No, we're taking
It
over.
wasn't supposed to
The
be. a
shitheads
show.
are taking over the zone tonight.
Bam.
The special Christmas
We're taking
special.
over.
What do we call it? Special Christmas special.
Sure.
Anyway,
The extra special.
another shithead we're gonna bring in right now. There's Kristen right there. Kristen McGlasson. She's gonna come in with her friend Jake there. Jake says he has a song. They got to be kind of quick. They don't have a lot of time. They got lots going on in their world tonight.
Hey,
It's too
Jake.
cold out there.
Hey, Kristen.
Hey.
Y'all, if I may, real quick, Jake, I had not heard Jake play for a while. I met Jake in Nashville the weekend of the Todd show, at the Ryman, and yeah, we hung out and all that. He was a cool guy, and then I find out afterwards that he's not only a hell of a musician playing that guitar, but he's also writing songs right now. He's got quite a few songs that he's been writing, and some of them are quite fantastic. I'm really looking forward to hearing Jake right now.
I agree.
You have the real sound on.
I think. Do we sound all right? We got our real sound.
Yeah, you sound good.
Sound
Okay.
good. What's up, strangers?
Hey
How's
guys.
it going?
What's going on?
Yeah, it's about 10 below here. We got frozen pipes, so. But I wanted to do this for you guys because after I was on there last time, I wrote this kind of for you guys. So there was some stuff, I think I told you last time, sometimes I hear things and they kind of stick in my brain. And so when I was on the Phil and John Zone, I heard some stuff kind of stuck in my brain. But this is called The Poem for an Artist. By chance or by fate, the artist exclaimed, if clouds contain color, I'd paint with the rain. There is no way to measure the eyes that have seen this canvas I've held up and said, this is me. Some I've created, I'll never see again. They've been sent out to the world in hopes they will bend the gaze of another who pauses just to see these feelings I've placed in each shade and relief. For I'm a painter, not a poet. My words are not spoke. I relay my thoughts with the brush and the stroke. And that's most likely the reason that I find myself broke. By chance or by fate? Well, the artist exclaimed, if those clouds contained color, I would paint with the rain.
I love it, man.
Flattered. That's Jake.
Yeah.
Right on. Right on.
I love it.
You love it, Jake,
great.
man. Shake
Nice
house
poet.
fire, get me
Right on.
higher.
Right. Poet.
So good.
Should be
Yeah.
snapping
Oh, and he
for
doesn't even know it, but he
I
knows it.
loved it, man.
Right on.
That's right.
Yeah, that was
That's
fun.
beautiful.
And, everybody else has been playing Ben. That was awesome. I haven't heard Ben for a little bit. We've been watching his videos and stuff online. It's good to hear him live like that.
Well, I wish I was where you were at. Great song, and I'd give you a shot to unfreeze your pipes, but
Yeah, we got to go run and pick up a heater from a friend to blow some hot air under the house.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, be
get her
good.
done.
that's what we're
Careful.
doing.
When you're out there, be careful and be safe, you guys. It's definitely windy. I know up your way, the wind blows just like it does
Oh,
here.
The trampolines are flying.
All right, we got to get
May the
going.
wind blow you safe. Great song. Peace. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jake Navi.
Happy holidays.
Glenn. Really good to see you guys.
Me too.
That's the Phil and John Zone. That's what happens. I think that we would, if we're lucky, we can maybe squeeze one more song out of Ben. If he wants to play one more before we have to let these guys go pretty soon.
It's up to BDJ.
I got something.
Yeah. So
You got something.
everybody, thank you for being here. We're gonna let Ben play us out here in a little bit, play a song for us, and then we'll be one more back before we say goodbye. But thanks everybody for being on the show right away and doing what we do.
Thank you, John. Thank you,
Yeah.
Phil.
You're
And
welcome,
thank you guys very much. More to come. So we're gonna give it to Ben Davis Jr., folks, the special guest tonight on the show. Everybody's special guest on the show tonight. This is pretty wonderful. And they get hear Jake Nobby and the songs he's writing. Anyway, give it to Ben.
You want more Jake Nobby? Be sure you get on that Shithouse Band page.
Oh yeah.
We have lots more of that coming. And you shitheads that are watching, Ben Davis is going to be our guest for that open mic on New Year's Day. So tune in for that.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to that. So this is one called I'm Doing Fine, Girl. The morning sun enters my room. It wakes me from my sleep. Had a dream I was floating away to the moon or something deep. I'm looking out the window, see the river and the boats passing by. I don't know where I'm going, but I sure do know why. I'm doing fine, girl, yeah, I'm alright. Just had to get away, I was losing my mind. My bags are packed, got my money in my shoe. It won't be long, I'll be back home to you. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Well, I gassed up my tank and I bought a Bob Dylan CD for the road. He's singing, don't think twice, it's getting late. My coffee's getting cold. I keep looking out the window, see the people in their cars passing by. Yes, I hear a train a coming. It makes me want to die. I'm doing fine, girl, yeah, I'm alright. Just had to get away, I was losing my mind. I just hit Kentucky and I'm passing on through. It won't be long, I'll be back home to you. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yes, I'm lying here in heaven, they call it Tennessee. Only thing that's wrong is you're not here with me. I'm doing fine, girl, yeah, I'm alright. I just had to get away, we were losing our minds. And I did anything that we would make
Oh, yeah,
I'm
babe.
doing fine, girl.
Awesome. Thank you,
Have
Ben.
fun, man.
beautiful.
That was
Love you,
fun.
Ben.
Right on, Ben.
Good,
My
yeah.
heart.
Love
I
you.
know.
Yeah, so thanks for being part of the Phil and John Zone tonight, everybody, for tuning in. The shitheads that we're representing tonight with some part of a campaign to maybe I'll meet Todd someday campaign. Probably not, but it's all right.
You never know.
I think probably.
You
Well,
never know.
The new
We
twist
met
is
him.
Todd,
Next time I
Very
see
first
Todd, I'm
pod
gonna
show
tell him,
I
"Just
ever
ask John
went to
Griffin."
was in
Kent,
Kent
Kent,
at the
Ohio.
Kent stage. And my groom brought me to this show, and we got there early. I don't know what we were thinking that we were supposed to do, but we were there early.
We were gonna go and just have time downtown.
Yeah, and we were
We're
kind of
10
just
10 minutes from our home.
Yeah, it's
But
really fast.
we parked the car. We approached the theater, and there is Todd.
Just kind of chilling around, like
Well,
walking back and forth in front of the theater.
He was going to see if he could maybe get in for his show.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'm gonna be
So
a
he
Halloween
went-
costume
he
next
went-
year,
he
Todd
went to
Schneider.
He went to the like the will call box, and
Right.
it's like, yeah, we're not letting people in yet. He's like, I'm here for the show. I'm performing
I'm
tonight.
performing tonight.
And then he took a picture with us. It was,
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
we were hooked from there.
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a chance.
Oh yeah.
I'll meet him someday. It's a running
There's always a
show,
chance.
and with my life in
He's-
general.
He's
Um,
totally approachable. I'm a nerd, so I freeze up anytime I get a chance to talk to someone important. But he is really a genuine person. He's approachable.
Totally
And-
approachable.
Yeah.
Our relationship so far has been great. I've known of
That's
Todd
awesome.
and worked with him for 12 years, but we've never met each other.
Oh,
Is that
whoa.
right?
So like all the artwork that I do for Todd and the album covers is just done on I'm an artist guy they hire kind of basis, and I go through 2 other people before I get to him. It's either Brian or Chad that goes through stuff. And that's okay.
But you've
So-
never seen him?
And
or
every
met
time,
him?
I've seen him a lot of times, but every time I go to see him, something comes up or changes the situation to where we don't get to meet.
Well, he's
And-
the artist who does the albums for Todd. So if you have albums,
But at this
Oh,
point,
yeah.
after a dozen years of it, then it kind of becomes the part where, well, don't we know, we're probably not supposed to meet. It's okay. We'll just work together, and it'd be better. Who knows? But someday maybe. And we want him to want to meet me first. That's what everybody's saying, that he should want to meet me more than I want to meet him. Anyway, it's not
Probably.
it's not like that. But we love Todd. We say his name every night on the show. It's kind of a running situation that's been going on for 100+ shows.
it's a spirit. It's like a
Yeah.
something you can never see, but you're there. It's
Yeah.
That's
And his show's been great. He's always very receptive with the artwork that I do for him and things that we get to do. Like this kind of stuff, the agnostic church stuff, and all
Yeah.
that stuff was fun to work on, and be part of. And just
Oh,
anything like
so
that. But-
cool.
Yeah. It's
So
That's
the story
awesome.
that-
You did that stuff? You did
Yeah,
that
so-
artwork?
So for it proves to Phil, though, this proves that some people have met Todd Snyder. He is real, because Phil is in the disbelief that he's a real person.
I
is real.
remember
He is real.
the last time that I was on, Phil told me that I had to tell the story about meeting him because you had not met him, and then like everybody right here has also met him, and
Yeah.
it's just not you, man.
It makes
Well,
it even better. Phil, it makes the story even better. I can bring on half those people. Kristen and Jacob met him too. I know that for a fact too.
Well,
so-
you know what? I've never actually met John Griffin either, for that matter.
Yeah, he could be fake.
That's true. I have neither.
I know a musician who went on tour with Todd, and for I think a week, maybe 2, and only got to really talk to him twice
Yeah.
on tour.
Hey, it is what it is. He's an artist just like all of us.
Hi,
He's
Todd,
gonna-
if you're watching.
he holds his own,
Yeah.
Someday when he finds out that he was mentioned in 110 episodes of a show, he might, it might have, Todd Snyder pop over hoodie, just like on Saturday Night Live.
Still have to sit in the waiting room till 4:20.
Still have to sit in the waiting room until 4:20. Yeah, that's true. We have to be prepared somewhat, as best as we can be prepared, for sure. So Phil, what do you got? What are you thinking about, Phil?
We're making Christmas cookies, or actually Laura's, and I'm thinking about seeing family. I'm seeing about when the wind's gonna die down. thinking about we're doing 139 shows, John, of this.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. Meeting new people, new friends, even though we might not, new experiences, new information. It's like a greeting card. I enjoy this. I just enjoy this. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. And thank you everybody who watched, and thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you all for having me.
Thank you for hosting.
Thank you for hosting.
Yeah. More to come.
Yeah,
Tell your friends and get grandma in the room if the show comes on, and check out the Phil and John Zone. Definitely. Thank you guys very
All
much.
right.
If you saw the pre and after show, it's pretty cool. I'm sure. I mean, it's recorded, so John's
always
gonna.
the best part of the show is when we're not actually doing the show.
I bet so.
All right, you guys. I'm out of here.
Check out Shithouse Band, SHB on Facebook, man. Ben Davis Jr., my good buddy here, Ryan. Paul Fry. I know Ryan's over there. And I have good buddies all over the place here. And tell me your name again, Don. We just met this evening.
Jen Ann.
Oh, Jen Ann.
Jen Ann, very nice to meet you in person. You guys look like a couple of Reese's peanut butter cups. That orange background you got there is pretty awesome.
Oh, those are our curtains.
I love it. From this angle, it's great. I'm thinking about going to get a Reese's off the table here in a minute.
Honey, make some peanut butter cookies.
Very nice to meet you, Jen. Very nice to meet you, Ben.
Good to meet you too.
Good to meet you too. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Peace and love. Good night.
Have a beautiful
As
holiday.
he fades away into the distance.
He does.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Have a great
very much.
holiday, everybody.
You too. Thank
Same to
you.
you guys.
Full love and laughter.
We will.
All right, Phil. Just me and you again. Back from the depths of the show that went out of control a little bit. That was fun.
Party out of bounds.
Party out of bounds. Party out of bounds.
Hey Jeffrey, if you're watching, I'll get to your shop. Well, one day soon. I got so much for you to look at. You're gonna freak out of my walking sticks too.
Tom Johnson just chimed in.
I was in the kitchen. In the kitchen, I get to see everybody's watching, and so it's pretty cool. And here, I don't want to.
Yeah. Well, we can't keep the show going for too long tonight because I'm running off my telephone Wi-Fi signal, and they're getting ready to send me a bill for it, I think, pretty soon.
Oh, no. Okay.
So we can't go too long tonight that way, unfortunately. But we to tell people thank you for tuning into the show, though. We could probably finish out here at the. Have to finish out, I guess.
Yeah. Are you getting? Yeah.
We can stick around.
Cook some ham. I made a spiral ham and make some good food and watch Squid Game. I'm on episode 4 of the first season. I'm behind, and watch a good movie and just chillax before families from out of towns come in, double whammies on Christmas Eve and Christmas, and people you haven't seen in a long time. So
love you, John. Love the Phil and John Zone, and signing off.
I love you, Phil. You're the best, man.
It's
Merry Christmas. I'm so glad we're doing the show tonight.
You're lucky I'm not technological savvy.
I'm going to the other side of the Phil and John Zone. Thank you for coming on the show. Much love. Peace.
Thank you, Phil. It's been a good year of shows. We got one more this year, possibly. New Year's Eve, if we're not doing anything. Next Friday. It was fun. Did you have a good year?
Yeah. Comparatively speaking, and everything could always be better. Blessed to what I have, and gotta do better. And compared to what some people have, just be blessed what you have, even if it's the smallest things. Be thankful for that. A lot of people don't have a lot of stuff.
Everything Phil just said.
Brought to you by Phil and John.